Welcome back. Sometimes we get to riding, well, for sure it's even, and we get to working on a lot of stuff, and she's okay, but came up really nice here, but we just need to spend some time petting them. I want her to be able to stay and be content here. She can look off, but she came back pretty soft. And just having some time to kind of pet on them there. And it's even harder sometimes when you're riding by a clock, but sometimes, like I said, she's good. It's just pure for her, and sometimes that's just nice. But also, some horses need it. Tom used to say, sometimes we just need to spend some time petting them behind the barn. And when I get on and sit here, she walks off. Can be a pattern. So sometimes just that time of petting on them, you get to see patterns, because nobody rode her off. And if all the time we get on, we kick a horse, pretty soon they're like, well, why don't I just leave before you kick me? Or same thing. A lot of times I'll reach for them and get them soft, see if they're with me. See if just a little check back is there. And sometimes it'll be a big brace, a big fight. And they're not with you. Well, then if you ride off, things could go awry. So just reach for them and see, are you still paying in tune with me? Again, we get busy with a horse because we want them to follow our leadership. And they have a mind of their own, a body of their own, desires or undesires of their own. And we came into their world. And to me, it's trying to find things to work on. But becoming a horseman is trying to get that horse, whatever the horse may be, above and beyond its natural ability. To get it confident of some things. To get it to where it's not so afraid or bothered. To get it handier, much like you would your children. You don't want them just sitting around on the couch watching TV. So, try to find ways to help that, prepare that. But a lot of the stuff, too, is just to get them listening back to me. But it's a preparative position for the transition. That change of direction, her rib cage as I drew that rein stepped over nicely. She's not following the flow yet. There's a trot. But it may be times now when I lay my right leg on, she's kind of leaning into that turn. So I'm going to step her out of that turn and correct that. But I don't hold her because I want her to learn to follow a feel. It's like somebody drew a line out there. Good. And when she stays on the line, I'm going to pick a new line. And might get worried about this. Might buck me off. Sometimes if you're worried, a person may want to do that on the ground first. Just always thinking of staying safe there. But she got a little rusty hinge. She wasn't following a feel. So I don't want to make a big, huge deal out of it where it becomes a training session if I don't have to. But I'd like to get it a little better while she's got a little bit of confidence there. and not ignore it. And again, this is just stuff kind of, if you will, in the way. Life, life, life. You don't need to look down. You don't need to smell it. Just follow a feel. I'll get you through it. And sometimes that makes me think about us. Like, we get things in the way and obstacles, and we overthink it. We're going to make, what is that? And let's analyze it and flip it upside down and over and all that stuff. I'm horrible about it, you know. Observe, remember, compare. I'm kind of always busy doing that stuff. Not straight. Come on. Not back. Go forward. Go forward. There you go. Good. But see how it took kick, 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 kick? I'd like her to listen to one kick. I'd like her to believe there. So we'll try to do a little bit more sooner, get a little more life out where she doesn't kind of get her head down and she thinks about my leg a little sooner rather than the tarp. And again, I think she's been over tarps from her owner. Right. Good. Almost was a hair late there, so I'm always checking that out. There's a little balk, but I was earlier, so it was better. So I did less sooner. It wasn't kick, kick, kick. Come on, get some life there. There you go. So it doesn't take so much to get her over. And again, we're just looking for those tries. Now, when I draw out here, there you go. She leaned heavy on this shoulder. So I open this outside rein. There's a place to go with freedom. And we need to find that freedom sometimes, that open door. And not overanalyze everything. But other times we struggle with something and we maybe need to understand it a little more. When we keep finding those rusty hinges, we need to keep moving through that, but not get so wrapped up in it that we just focus on that, because there's a big world out there of stuff to do. So anyways, I hope that video helps some of you. Again, like, I was watching some videos, and sometimes I realize, I try, for those of you that really don't know horses, I hope to maybe you get some desire in wanting a horse. I know for me, they've been a great escape. I had a lot of trouble in my life, and just to, not when I loved horses, so when I was a kid, we rodeoed some, and it was about force and pressure and get a bigger bit and dominating, but that's all I knew. But I liked horses, and whenever I found the horsemanship from my friend Buck Brannaman and allowing that horses to think, it really became not just a passion, but a joy and an escape from life, an escape from all the trouble. And the horse became a way to think of, how do I help them cope and get better, but deal with their trouble? Because it's just about giving back. They've helped me with so many things in my life. So much passion and so much judgment from parents, from others, insecurities that the horse doesn't care. He doesn't care what I'm wearing. He doesn't care if my hair's done. He just cares about comfort and wanting to get along. And it's interesting, even when they're not my horses and they start to look forward to you showing up at the barn, to showing up to ride them. You know, maybe, again, it's hot, but they look forward to that ride, and you can see it. You can hear them kind of nicker when you pull up to the barn sometimes. and I don't feed them at other barns, so it's not like, hey, feed me. But that same horse that stood off in the corner pretty soon sees me as a friend, and I see them as a friend. So that's kind of what a lot of these videos are to help people out, but to help horses out too, because they've done so much for me. So anyways, I hope you enjoy the video. I'm going to get to riding here a little bit, but maybe stop this video because I think there's a lot of good information to, as my friend said, put in your pipe and smoke for a little while. Thanks for watching, y'all. And thank you guys for the support, the shares. Again, it's not for everybody, but I blend a lot of stuff in this to help people out. And so the more you guys do like it, share it, and comment, it helps me get it to other people, because it'd be better to do several channels, but to me it's all one. Lifemanship for me, horsemanship for other people, it's dogs. I don't know about goldfish though. I said that in another video. Not there yet, but anyways, whatever it is, enjoy the journey. Happy trails.